What is up, YouTube? It's VyPr Sports here, and today I'm going to be giving my post-draft analysis. NBA draft was earlier this week, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on who I thought won the draft, who I thought lost the draft, and just some opinions on notable picks from the lottery and then from outside the lottery. So without further ado, let's get into it. So to me, the big winner of the 2018 NBA draft was the Phoenix Suns. They were able to draft DeAndre Ayton with the first overall pick, and then traded Zaire Smith and a 2021 first-round pick for Mikal Bridges. This is very nice moves for them because they're adding a lot to an already pretty nice young core featuring Devin Booker and Josh Jackson. So overall, I really like the moves made by the Phoenix Suns. To me, this means that they won the draft. Now, I think the big loser of the 2018 NBA draft was the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, this is mainly because with back-to-back picks, they didn't draft Michael Porter Jr., even though he was already on the board. They drafted Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jerome Robinson, who are both great players, but the Clippers already have guards. They have Austin Rivers, Avery Bradley, who they'll keep him if he signs with them in free agency, and Lou Williams, who I think is an excellent six-man, maybe the best six-man of all time, even, definitely in the running for that. And I understand Michael Porter is a risk given his back injury, but seriously, you have back-to-back picks. You're not going to take a risk on the guy who arguably could become the best player in the draft. So, to me, this is why the Clippers, in my mind, lost the draft. So now I'm going to start talking about some individual players and picks and my opinions on those. So DeAndre Ayton was a great pick by the Phoenix Suns, in my opinion, and everyone kind of knew he'd be the first pick. It was kind of the worst kept secret in the NBA. I also like the picks by the Sacramento Kings and the Memphis Grizzlies, drafting Marvin Bagley III and Jaren Jackson Jr. respectively. They're nice picks, and I wasn't really surprised by them, so overall, nice job by those teams. The trade between the Atlanta Hawks and Dallas Mavericks was very unexpected, but I think it worked out pretty well for both teams. The Hawks seemingly really like Trae Young and kind of view him as their Steph Curry type player, and the Mavericks got a great international talent in Luka Doncic that, if they didn't make this trade, they probably wouldn't have gotten him. I think someone else would have selected him, maybe the Grizzlies, maybe the Hawks, but overall, really nice by both teams. I think Dennis Smith Jr. and Luka Doncic could be a very, very nice offensive duo, and overall, both teams did really well for themselves. I think this may be a trade that ends up being debated for many years to come if both prospects turns out, but for now, nice job by both those teams. The Orlando Magic drafted Mohamed Bamba, and I really like this pick. He's a great defensive center, and the Magic in the past have had some pretty good luck drafting centers. They drafted both Shaquille O'Neal, who's a Hall of Famer, and Dwight Howard, who you could make a case for him being a Hall of Famer. To me, the biggest takeaway from this move is that Nikola Vucevic is probably going to be traded or just leave Orlando. And this is mainly because Mohamed Bamba said in his post-draft interview that the Magic want him to make an immediate impact, and with three centers, you can't really do that. So I can definitely see Nikola Vucevic getting traded, maybe Biyombo, but overall, very nice pick by the Orlando Magic. The Chicago Bulls drafting Wendell Carter Jr. was a very nice and not very risky pick. Robin Lopez will probably be in a little more of a limited role now, since they have Wendell Carter to probably be the starter or at least a backup early on. And I think this could work really well for the Bulls. I think he can work really well with Lauri Markkanen, since he worked well with Bagley at Duke. Overall, nice move by the Bulls. I think they could be working on something pretty good for the future, though. Mikal Bridges being drafted to the Philadelphia 76ers was the feel-good story of the draft for about 30 minutes until he got traded to the Phoenix Suns for Zaire Smith and a 2021 first-round pick. And I like this trade for both teams. Both are great players, but I think at the moment, Mikal Bridges is probably the better player, and I think both teams are onto something really good. The Sixers now, with their whole process, and then the Suns, I think, are shaping up something pretty good down in Phoenix. But this is a great deal for both teams. The Suns, I think, won this trade, though, per se, since they added something else really nice to a great young core with Devin Booker, Josh Jackson, added DeAndre Ayton as well, so I like this move by both teams, but I think Phoenix has a slight upper hand in this. Now, if I had to choose another team that I would say won the draft, this has to be the Denver Nuggets drafting Michael Porter Jr. with the 14th pick. This could result in anything from just a steal in the draft to complete highway robbery, depending on how Porter recovers from his injury. And even if they sit him out for a year or so, maybe less than that, we're not really sure how his back is doing. He says it's doing pretty good, though. And a lot of teams do seemingly want to sit him a year, give him some rest, recuperation. But regardless of that, a lineup with Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Michael Porter Jr., Paul Millsap, and Nikola Jokic sounds deadly and would be amazing, especially if the Warriors end up breaking up, which they might. but this would definitely be a very dominant lineup that I really, really want to see. So great job, Denver Nuggets. I think you guys are the runner-up for being winners of the draft. Now, some other notable non-lottery picks that I really liked include Robert Williams being drafted to the Boston Celtics, since he had some much-needed frontcourt depth to the Celtics. They didn't really have that as much last year, and injuries kind of ruined their season with Hayward and Irving, but I think adding him would be very, very nice for the Celtics. So, nice pick by them. I like Lonnie Walker going to the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs have had some pretty good luck in the past drafting guards, drafted Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, and I like that they're preparing for the future without these players. Now, I also like Grayson Allen going to the Utah Jazz. His personality is a little questionable at times, but he adds a nice guard depth to a team that's already great. They were a playoff team last year. I think they can do really good things next season with Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Joe Ingles, Ricky Rubio, and adding Grayson Allen to that mix could be really, really nice. So I'm really excited to see what the Utah Jazz can do next year. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the 2018 NBA Draft. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, comment your thoughts, what did you like or dislike, what your favorite team did. I want to hear what in the comment section below, and consider subscribing if you're new. This has been VyPr Sports, and I will see you guys in the next video.